I'm Young John, and welcome to Toy Fair 2020.
Hi, I'm Reina, and I'm from Kotobukiya, and I wanted to showcase our newer products that we have on display here at New York Toy Fair 2020. So let's go. Right over here you have your new Mega Man lineup of products. So we started off originally with our X, and due to the popularity of that particular product, we decided to add various different versions of X. So we also decided to go with like a Max Armor Hyper Chip version, and then, you know, you can't have X without the Zero. So we definitely heard a lot of voices who are very, very interested in us expanding the line outside of just X. Mega Man X, the game, the series, is not just about X. So we decided to add Zero and the Zero Nightmare version. A lot of people in our company love the Nightmare version. So right now, if you look at the panel in the back there, that's kind of an image of what it will look like when it is ready. More product photos coming soon. Off to the left, we have our newest lineup of My Hero Academia. Of course, we started off with the main characters, Izuku, Midoriya, Ochako, and all the main characters that everyone loves. But, you know, it's not just about the main characters, it's also about the villains, it's also about All Might, whom we actually have displayed on the wall behind us, watching over everybody. So I know that All Might is the character that, honestly, we've had the most recommendations for in all of our events. If anybody who's come to Anime Expo, for example, we actually had a big All Might on display. We have a lot of fans interested in All Might. So sadly, we didn't have enough time to bring him here, but he is coming up very, very soon. Let's go here, okay. Bishoujo.
Great.
I know last year we had a lot of comments that we weren't releasing enough horror products. So we definitely went back to the roots, and we are now back with various different lines. So at the top here we have the 2017 version of Pennywise from the very, very all popular, infamous It series. As you can see on the back, this is what the actual illustration looks like, and the illustration looks absolutely adorable. But look at that balloon. It has been perfectly replicated in the actual sculpt. Let me just say, the string is made out of a different type of metal than the rest of the statue. It's not like real metal, but it is made out of a different material to be, you know, a lot more durable than the rest of the product itself. At the bottom of the base right there, you can see the little paper boat. If you've seen the movie, you will know that it has a pretty big significance to the actual setting. And that's one of those things that I think you can only see in this sculpt, as it was not actually drawn into the picture for the illustrations. Off to the right over here, Beetlejuice is one of those characters where I feel like a lot of our fans have told us, this is a Bishoujo I didn't know I needed. Because why would a Japanese company make a Beetlejuice Bishoujo? And let me just say, our product planner just likes Beetlejuice, and she wanted to make a figure, so she wants to do it, so she's gonna do it. I think that's one of those statues where it's not just what you guys are asking for, but also, you know, a lot of our product planners really love the products and what they do. And I think Beetlejuice is one of those statues that really reflects, you know, the essence of Kotobukiya and the love that our product planners have for our products. So over here you see Leatherface, the Chainsaw Dance version. We have the regular Leatherface, the yellow apron. Why do we have two at once that are completely different poses, completely different styles? It's because we couldn't choose which concept we wanted to go with, so we made them both. So I know a lot of people, you know, you're used to seeing color variants and different face parts of our products, but you know, this is one of those rare times you're gonna see two different poses and design and concept of one character at once. There's every detail from like the base to, I mean, if you want to look at the bra, you can. The bra has been clipped open for those horror fans who really love not just the gruesome side with that macabre looking chainsaw, but you know, you also like some of those somewhat risque sides of horror. We can put a little bit of both inside. In our office, we call this one the Leatherface Yellow Apron version, but this is our main version, I guess, if you really want to choose a main one. But like we said, different concept, different type of facial expression than the other one as well. One thing that is very interesting is people say, oh my gosh, she's showing so much skin. How much is she going to show when it's actually painted? Let's just say we try to, you know, keep it as family friendly as possible without actually being family friendly. Our product planner was very, very adamant on showing as much skin as she can without it actually being 18 plus. But like we said, there were so many different concepts we wanted to make, so definitely pick up both. They both have different you know, qualities to it that I think fans of all types would be able to enjoy. My product planner also says make sure you look at her elbows and her knees because they really put a lot of time into those. She says, I love knees, so definitely look into the way the knees look when you flash light at it. You can see the kneecap sticking out of the leg.
Knee fetishes. Oh.
You know, everyone has
Something.
Up next, we have our G.I. Joe color variants here. Scarlet, Baroness, the regular versions, very, very popular amongst our fans. Not just for the character design, but also for the poses, especially Scarlet. We've been getting a lot of good feedback from Scarlet's posing. There were various different outfits that even Hasbro was releasing. Everyone has a different version that they like. So our product planner for this one wanted to be able to offer various different versions of your favorite G.I. Joe characters. That way you can display your favorite version of Baroness or your favorite version of Scarlet.
Anything about the colors, like why he chose blue and red?
So they're actually based off of original Hasbro designs. So if you actually go back into like the Hasbro archives, there was actually a 25th anniversary Baroness that they released, and she's wearing like this blue outfit. They're all based off of past G.I. Joe designs for this character. My Little Pony Bishoujos. Honestly, I feel like this is one of those gateway Bishoujos for a lot of people that we have seen. Now that we have Rainbow Dash on display, all of our main 6 is all done. We have taken pre-orders for all of our main 6 characters, and we've been getting a lot of positive feedback. So why just stop at main 6, you know? So we decided to go further into that line of My Little Pony characters, and now we have Sunset Shimmer. So Sunset Shimmer is one that we announced originally at Wonder Festival. People have been recommending Sunset Shimmer for like a long time. A lot of people weren't sure if we would continue past that. Well, we're definitely going to continue past that. One of the most interesting parts about Rainbow Dash, the newest one that we have on display, if you look at her hair, her rainbow hair actually is separated into various parts to give that very, very realistic hair look. And so this Rainbow Dash actually has the most number of parts than any other Bishoujo statue we've ever had. Mera is from Aquaman series. A lot of fans commenting they want Aquaman merch. So we're gonna make something happen. We've only showcased the shadow, but let me tell you, kind of like with Pennywise, it'll definitely be more detailed than you expect in the illustration. Think of like the Who's That Pokemon thing. You guys can use your imagination to kind of figure out what she is actually doing in the shadow pose. So this is Poison Ivy. We used to have a Poison Ivy back in the day, but we revamped her. I love her base. Her base is really, really detailed, and I feel like this is one of those statues where it doesn't even look like a base, it just looks like it's part of the statue itself. She's going to be available in March. Last year at New York Toy Fair, we started our ArtFX Premiere series, and we had debuted it at New York Toy Fair. This year, we are finally showcasing the female lineup of ArtFX Premiere. So it's still the same line, it's just now we're focusing more on some characters that may have not gotten the spotlight in the past. For example, in the center here we have Silk. Silk is one of those characters where we did not necessarily have a lot of fans telling us, hey, I want a Silk statue. But if I had to say it honestly, it was mainly our product planner who really wanted to make a Silk statue. One thing that he really wanted to implement in this statue is if you actually look behind her, that looks like a real window. He really wanted to create that illusion of reflection in the base itself. So it's not just a base, it is a part of the setting where she is actually hanging from the window on a building. On the right, you also have your Black Widow, was the first in our lineup of like females aside from She-Hulk. Our product planner wanted to make a base that was also very detailed. If you look underneath her feet, It looks very realistic like water, but once again, you can actually see her reflection in that water puddle. So let's just say our product planner really likes putting reflection in instant bases. And then our newest addition to the Marvel Bishoujo, Black Cat. We actually had Black Cat in the past, but we wanted to make a new one. New pose completely. And our product planner says she's going to be putting a lot more diamonds and jewelry in this in some way or another. So you'll see it more when we reveal the photos later on. These are all part of what we call the ArtFX Artist Series. So we work with artists who are known worldwide, and we ask for them to create illustrations of characters from the Star Wars series. We'll then take their illustrations, make it into a piece of art. So that's why it's called the ArtFX Artist Series. Rey and Kylo Ren were by Kamome Shirahama sensei. She is known in Japan for drawing very beautiful manga, but also she has drawn some alternative cover art for Marvel comic books as well. So definitely she's known worldwide. We actually have Tusken Raider who is coming up. We do not have a statue yet, but you can actually see a peek at what it's going to look like by looking at the actual illustration that we received from Takashi Okazaki sensei. And you could tell that based on different artists, they have different takes on each character. It's not just meant to be, a replication of, hey, this is character from Star Wars, but it also really represents their artistic style. Scout Trooper, TIE Fighter Pilot, Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper, it says ArtFX Plus, but that is an ArtFX, so please be aware. You can actually tell by the size the difference between ArtFX Plus and ArtFX. But the Stormtrooper on the right-hand side, he is about the same size as our previously released ArtFX Darth Vader. So if you put them next to each other, they definitely look very hardcore. The Stormtrooper itself is still subject to final licensor approval, so the final sculpt is more than likely going to change at some point or another. This is just our pre-production replicas, our paint masters is what we call them. So New York Toy Fair last year, we did not have a lot of Star Wars products on display. Reason being, we were waiting for episode 9. So I know a lot of other companies were trying to keep quiet, hush hush back then too. We were definitely one of those manufacturers. Now that episode 9 is out, we're back on that wagon trying to release more Star Wars related products. We definitely wanted to make it so that fans of our Star Wars line do not feel like they've been gypped out of Star Wars for a year or so. We continue to make sure we provide quality statues to the fans who are waiting for us, especially Dio and BB-8 there. If you look at the little torch inside of BB-8, that is actually a removable torch. You can close his little thing up and display him without that if you want to. But we have Luke Skywalker, X-Wing pilot. You can see actually behind is where we have our interchangeable parts. We have an alternate head with the helmet, as well as an arm without the helmet in his hand. So that is also included in the box itself. So you can display him in whatever way you'd like. And then Mandalorian, IG-11. What else can I say? I mean, it's Mandalorian. It's from the Mandalorian series. Let me just say, personally as a character, of course, Mandalorian is like awesome. But IG-11, the detail in him looks very, very realistic. That almost like metallic look has been perfectly replicated in this model. So this is our DC selection that we have at New York Toy Fair this year. Our super popular Batman Who Laughs. Look at the details on him, down to like the metal on his base look like real metal. So that's definitely worth the metal that's written on the base. Even just like the little belt clasps and metal parts that you see on his head, they're all very, very detailed. Honestly, a lot of people were thinking, oh my God, Kotobukiya is gonna be doing this rendition of Batman. So that's definitely one of those things that caught a lot of people by surprise. It was mainly our product planner really liked this design. He just wanted to make him. But that having been said, that's what's fun about the whole like Kotobukiya lineup. We've got Wonder Woman. I especially love the ways that she is clasping onto her cape there. You can see that even though it's PVC, the cape itself looks very, very realistic, almost as if it's actually flapping in the wind. Definitely look at all the details of this statue. Then off to the left here, those are new products that we recently announced at Wonder Festival. So you'll definitely see more information on these once you check our social media. can't really say much about them yet. Thank you guys for your time today. For more information about Kotobukiya, please go to our homepage at en.kotobukiya.co.jp, or of course follow us on our social media accounts. We have accounts on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search for the name Kotobukiya. Thank you. Thank you guys for your time here today. Wait, I didn't think past that. Hold on.